So people keep asking me what 5 projects in fact, would I invest in that are high risk, high reward plays. So let's get into it. So before we get started, I do want to say I am not a financial advisor. I treat this as entertainment purposes only. This is not paid content. It's my own honest opinion on these particular projects. And, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And like I say, you need to go away, do your own research and see whether any of these projects resonate with yourselves before making any investments. And it also goes without saying, investing in crypto at the best of times is risky. You do risk losing all your money. So don't invest more than you're willing to lose. So let's get down to the desktop and have a look at the first project. And that is 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. This is a really interesting project, a layer 2 protocol focusing on Web3. They're talking about, the fact that crypto should be for everyone. It should be inclusive, accessible, and decentralized. And this, for me, is a really interesting project. I love the tokenomics. I do think that it's going to do really, really well. And I think it's one of those projects that a lot of people are sleeping on. It's one that we've talked about in the bear market, but it's not one that we've talked about for an awful long time. I still think that this is a fantastic opportunity. If you agree, let me know in the comments below. Currently down 5.38% at the time of recording at $82.61. Obviously, this is a pre-record as I'll be going into surgery tomorrow, and I'm going to be traveling down to the hospital today. So, just be mindful that the prices may well change by the time this video actually goes out. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions on 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 in the comments below. Moving on, and we've got 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠 is a project that is focused on real-world assets. I really do need to highlight, though, that it's projected that real-world assets as a sector is going to be worth over $16 trillion. So I'd expect projects in the blockchain space to be taking up hundreds of billions of dollars of this sector in the future. I have said many times that I expect everything in the world to be tokenized and on the blockchain. We've even started to hear BlackRock copying our saying of everything being on the blockchain and tokenized. So real world asset projects are going to be a big narrative in this bull market. You've probably started to hear a lot of people talking about it already. We should be looking at these projects, this sector, in a lot of detail. So take this one away and dig into it. I do think that it's going to do really, really well. It's currently up 1.34% at the time of recording at 0.03373. I think that people should definitely be researching this project. Do not sleep on 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠. I think this is one. I think all of these are going to do really well. It's just my opinion, though. Go take it with a pinch of salt. Bifrost. So this one is on the 𝗕𝗓𝒻𝒂 and Polkadot ecosystems. This is a project we have talked about a few times. Like, I'm putting these in the high risk, high reward. I think that they're high risk because they're relatively new to the market. But they're high reward because I think that all of these projects can do multiple X's from the prices that I'm talking about them today. And I do think that there will be opportunities to be getting some of these at cheaper prices as well. So, just be mindful of that. If you're looking for good dollar cost averaging prices to get into some of these projects, do become a member. We have buy zones and sell zones and technical analysis on request from our TA team, 2 weekly AMAs that Nick and myself and JB do, and then 2 technical analysis AMAs that Festoon and JB do for our community. There's also project reviews and all this sort of stuff, so you hear about these projects really, really early in comparison to waiting for the videos to be released. So definitely worth checking that out if that is of interest. Bifrost is a really interesting project, really good to, do like staking and stuff like that on the Polkadot and 𝗕𝗓𝗪 network. Currently down 2.53% at the time of recording at 0.706. This is a project that I really hope people don't sleep on. I think it's going to do really, really well. Moving on to the fourth project, and that is 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗧. This is a project that we managed to get in at seed round. Not just Nick and myself, but our community as well. So we do get involved in private sales and seed rounds. So, definitely worth jumping into our free Discord. We've actually just finished a sale for a project called BitRivals. Looks really, really good. And 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗧 is another really solid project. Comes from the SingularityNet ecosystem. It's a project that I think is going to do really well. It's gamifying coding for artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I think that this is one that's going to do really, really well. Lots of positive partnerships already. And you've also got the aspect of Handsome Robotics, a real famous face with Sophia the robot and so on. So I put these in high risk, high reward. I just think the reward is going to be so high for a number of these projects. And, if you haven't heard of these projects, you need to go away and do research because you're missing out. And where have you been? It's really important that you do hang around in the bear market because there's some fantastic projects that launch that go on to do multiple X's. Some people become millionaires on some of these projects, getting in at the right times. This one's up at up 3.4% at the time of recording at 0.06594. I think these prices are phenomenal for these projects right now, but I do think you're going to see some lower opportunities to get in on a dollar cost average. So just be mindful of that. No need to FOMO in. We've got the fifth and the final project, and that is 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗧. They've really recently had a bit of a pivot to tokenizing traditional assets. So the real world asset aspect of things is coming to fruition again. And I've already mentioned in this video when talking about TokenFi that is a $16 trillion market by 2030. At least that's what's forecast. So again, you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars being eaten up by a lot of these projects. Now, there's going to be a number of different real world asset projects out there. But, you've got to be looking at the teams and the communities that surround these projects. Are they likely to be successful? What sets them apart from the competition and so on? And that's where I think a lot of these projects do excel. I think they've got some tremendous people behind the projects. I think that they're really well positioned in the space, and I expect them to do really, really well. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗧 is down 4.53% in the past 24 hours and stands at 0.0286. So those are the 5 high risk, high reward projects that I think are going to go on to do really, really well. And we're going to see some really, really good profit on these projects. It's just my opinion, though. I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Go away, FOMO into the research and see if any of these projects resonate with you. See if you see what I see when you do that research. Now, let me know in the comments below if there are any projects that you think should have made this list. Really interested to get your views and opinions, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.